I think one experience that I had that was really humbling, but also really amazing to get the chance to do was to be exposed to people who are professionals in a field that I'm intensely passionate about, which is design. Being exposed to people who have done this for, 20 years or more, and having their wealth of knowledge right in front of you, right at your fingertips. You're having a conversation with these people. Each of us was given the opportunity to do interviews with professionals in the field and get to talk to them about really specific things. And having that kind of interface between your own research and then their body of their life's work, and being able to ask specific questions that maybe came up when you were researching them, was just amazing. And getting the real story direct from that person was just incredible. ItaliaDesign was teamwork 24/7. That means that each person in the group had a really specific role. My role was primarily to do the sound production during the trip when we were doing the interviews, so I was the boom guy. And so it's this amazing, impossible exercise in team building, and it's a real test of how I see myself fitting in a sort of professional framework moving forwards, the goals that I have with my own career. Being able to fit in and know what my part is, and being able to put fully my efforts towards the greater brief or the greater challenge, that was something that was really amazing to experience. And the team that was assembled was top-notch, so being able to depend on other people to get their part done, and knowing that I'm capable of doing my part and contributing that back together, meant that we were able to do things that we would never be able to achieve just in a normal classroom environment. I think there's 3 designers that we got the opportunity to talk to on the field school that I really identify with. First of all, I want to talk a little bit about Castiglione, one of the great maestros. We actually got to interview his daughter, who actually runs the museum. It's a studio that's been converted into the museum. And it was amazing to just go through this museum and see all these artifacts of his life and the love that he brought to his work. And he always had, these are products. They're made out of plastic, or they're made out of steel, or they're made out of whatever, but he always brought this kind of human approach to his work. It was fun, it was curious, it was lively, and it brought real joy to the people who were using them. So I think that that's something that I was really inspired by, because I think that that's increasingly important today in the things that we design for people. The work that I want to do is I want to be able to bring that kind of joy to the people who are using whatever it is that I'm making. I want to make it human. I want to make it fun, and I want to make it curious, but I also want to make it work. And then that's when I started thinking about ... which is this interaction design firm based in Milan, and they really get in there and they get their hands dirty. They're rapid prototyping. They're making mistakes really, really quickly, which is something I have to get better at. They're remix artists. They're able to take things that already exist and turn them into something new by recombining them. The third designer that I felt really inspired by listening to him talk was Giulio Ceppi. He had a kind of a more philosophical approach to design, and there's no real box that he could be fit into. And his mantra was, redefine what you do every day. Redefine what you think design is every day, because it's not something that's static. It's not just something that you can pull out and use and then you put it away. It's something that you have to live, and it's something that you have to aspire to work towards. So redefining what design is, I think, is something that's really important to me, because the world is not static. And that's another thing that I learned through this field school, that things don't stay the same, people don't stay the same, and the objects that we use and the systems that we interact with don't stay the same either. So don't try to make yourself conform to this one idea. Be open and be able to use new ideas and new perspectives to your advantage. And that's really what we saw. Being able to interview so many different designers is all these different perspectives about what design is, and being able to kind of curate our own understanding. I see design as a lens through which certain people, designers, are able to look through to see a problem as something, to see a problem as an opportunity. What kind of opportunity can you leverage out of these constraints or leverage out of this problem? I think it's not necessarily only about problem solving, but that's often where you start. And I see it as kind of like on a certain level, it's a logical, systematic approach to trying to make people's lives better. But on another level, there's this kind of poetry that you have to consider, because real people are going to be using these objects that you make, these, whether it's an object, whether it's an interactive system, whether it's some other kind of creative outlet, whatever it is that you do in life. Because I think design is really synonymous with the kind of person that you are. And I think that it's something that every designer is different, and they're going to be bringing different things to the table. And that means that every person's experiences, every person's life experiences add up to the kind of person that they are and the kind of designer that they are. So if I could make something where my own life experience is, and my own understanding of what design is put into one design artifact that other people get to experience and other people can enjoy, then that's really my ultimate goal.